hold on while I check on Facebook. All right, I think I'm live on YouTube, and yeah, I just want to do a quick check-in, and I wanted to go over the topics we covered today and talk about the plan for tomorrow. And there we go. I think we should be live on Facebook. So again, guys, this is end of day 2. So think about it. Really, I'm not sure where I heard this, but I think one of my friends who was trying to help me out when I was feeling kind of in a funk on one of these days, and he said, Avi, if he just got a little bit better every single day, right? It's not about the big things. It's about those small changes. If we got a little bit better every single day, where would we be at the end of the year? And isn't that the truth, my friends, right? We overestimate what we can do in a day, but we underestimate what we can do in a year. But also don't underestimate what we can do in 5 days. So this has been a part of the 5-day challenge. Day 2, day 1 and 2, we have spent focused on the query editor. So let me just go and talk about some of the stuff, the most exciting stuff that happened on day 2. So day 2, I started off by talking a little bit about the query editor, and I showed a kind of a simple example, but it shows you how much flex the muscle of query editor a bit, and showed kind of just a hint of what is possible. And what's possible is frankly kind of mind-blowing with Power BI. So I started off with that, and I'm just going to jump to my favorite topic, IT tickets aging. By the way, hey, if you haven't joined the challenge yet, there's still time. You can kind of catch up and take part with us for the next 3 days. And all you have to do is just go to learnpowerbi.com/challenge, accept the challenge, and once you accept that, that page has all the information you will need for participating in the challenge. So I wanted to show you the ticket aging example that we did really quick, but I also want to take you to, where is my so day 2, that was the day 2. And if you are going to watch the full video of day 2, there are these handy links at the bottom of the video which can, and that way you can jump right away to that topic. So the one that I'm going to talk about in the recap is IT tickets aging, but you can just click on this and it'll jump right to that topic. What else did I want to talk about? So yeah, so tomorrow I'll be going live at 12 noon, but once you accept, you're going to see the schedule, and you're also going to have a link to the call notes, which is the Power BI, which is the text document that I was showing you earlier. You're also going to have access to all of the Power BI desktop files that I create during the calls. So yeah, just go ahead and learnpowerbi.com/challenge. So let's get back in here, and I just wanted to kind of hit the highlights for the day 2. So again, folks, it's all about making progress. And it's kind of incredible what you can do with Power BI in certainly in 5 days, probably even shorter. So kind of stay at it. And the whole goal is to take you from learning to doing. So if you've been sitting on the fence and not really using Power BI, thought about it, but not really jumped in, why not just take this challenge as kind of an excuse to do it? So the scenario here was presented by AJ, and he had these 3 scenarios. He talked about, well, essentially, it's a pretty classic one where you have your, let's go back to this one. You have a ticket created date, and then today's date, we just threw it in there, and we just want to calculate the aging. And it, of course, depends on the ticket status. Typically, aging is not discussed for if the ticket is closed. It's only discussed for the open items. And, we just did a simple formula. I'll show that to you. I mean, it's really not that much. But that's the fun part about DAX, that whatever you define, once you define it, it's kind of define once, use everywhere. So now I have the average ticket age, and of course, I don't have a complete data set. We were just tooling around with a dummy data set, but imagine if in a real data set, you don't have to touch this ticket age formula ever again. You can just take this single formula and slice and dice it, and by any other measure. So you can see, show me by call center, show me by agent, show me by product, all of that, and all of that comes for free. You don't have to lift a finger to do that. Just have a model in place. So that was, I think, my favorite moment, and that happened, my friends, in kind of the 48th minute. And as I said, if you want to go back to the, if I can take you back there again, to the full video, there are links down at the bottom, and they will let you jump to exactly the same spot. Let me see if there were any other interesting ones. So again, I start off with a demo. That's definitely worth see. Wow, I liked Roberto Staltari's question as well, and that was kind of brilliant and highlights what you have to deal with when you're dealing with real data sets. So Roberto's scenario was that, gosh, I'm getting an Excel workbook from somebody, from some source, but the sheet name keeps changing, right? And of course, I hate having to do any manual step, because of course I get everything to the point of automation where even if it's just one step, that means it throws the wrench in the works, right? So I don't want to be able to go have to go do that, and you don't have to. So we took a pretty cool approach. I think it was, you know what? It was cool and it was kick-ass. So imagine that. So Roberto, do we have an example file? I don't have the example file open, but essentially it doesn't matter what the sheet name is going to be called. You can suck the file in and detect the right sheet. So that was a really cool example. Again, kind of highlights what you can do with real life data, my friend. So I know I teach using AdventureWorks because, well, what are you going to do? But you got to pick a data set. But I love working with my students, and of course, all of you followers, thanks so much for bringing in your questions. I love that stuff. I love working with real data. Some of the questions. Rank in card visual. Rank. I love the rank scenario, and I love doing multi-tier rank. And this was more on the DAX side, so maybe we'll get, if you guys have questions around that, we'll get into it on day 3 and day 4. So rank, what I love doing for rank is, let's say, show a customer and then show, oh, this is their rank in their state. They're number 3 in their state. Oh, but nationwide, they're number 7. Oh, and worldwide, they're number 17, or something like that. So I love that part, and of course, that's pretty straightforward to do. Some of the scenario. Oh, this was a nice one, and we couldn't. I had to bail because my next appointment showed up. But this scenario was that Paresh had resellers and end users, and sometimes you have too many resellers, right? So you have, I don't know, like 200 resellers, but you don't want to count the small z's, and you just want to group them. And he was looking for a way to do this in DAX, and we didn't have chance. We kind of ran out of time, and we explored that in Query Editor. So I'm going to come back to this and see how that goes. Yeah, and maybe we'll explore some other ways. So, all right, so that's about it for me. Just wanted to kind of check in with you guys, and yeah, I'll invite you again. Just go to learnpowerbi.com/challenge, a simple URL. And yeah, just, hey, if you're up for it, accept the challenge. All right, my friends, I'll see you tomorrow. Power on, my friends.